I'm Noble Crosby Annan. Coming up this morning, tragic Volta Lake boat accident claims 15 lives, including 7 children. Also, seasonal influenza outbreak hits eastern and central regions, while Greater Accra is on high alert after confirming 42 cases in those regions. We have details of these stories and a lot more coming to you shortly. Please stay with us. Let's start on a rather sad note, and a tragic boat accident on the Volta Lake has claimed the lives of 15 people, including 11 children, in what authorities are calling a devastating breach of maritime safety regulations. The incident occurred around 1:30 p.m. on Saturday near Kitekrachi in the Oti region. According to the Ghana Maritime Authority, the boat was carrying passengers returning from a funeral in Okuma to Bovime, both in the Krachi West district, when it capsized, and preliminary investigations suggest that the boat was grossly overloaded, far exceeding its safe operational capacity. Well, among the 15 confirmed dead are 11 children between the ages of 2 and 14, 5 boys and 6 girls, as well as 4 adults, comprising 3 women and 1 man aged between 18 and 64 years. 4 adults survived the incident. In a statement issued on Sunday, October 12, the Ghana Maritime Authority described the incident as a critical and unacceptable breach of safety standards and announced a series of immediate actions to be taken. Meanwhile, a specialized team, including maritime safety inspectors and personnel from the Navy Task Force in Dambai, have been dispatched to the scene to aid in investigations. Away from that, a seasonal influenza outbreak has been reported in parts of the country, with the eastern and central regions experiencing an outbreak of the H1N1 influenza subtype. And 3FM News gathers that the Greater Accra region is also on high alert, with health authorities closely monitoring the situation, as the region has already confirmed 42 cases of H3N2 influenza subtype. Now, these seasonal influenzas occur annually, typically during the cold half of the year, and can spread rapidly in crowded areas. The virus spreads mainly through respiratory droplets when infected persons cough, sneeze, or talk. The Regional Disease Control Surveillance Officer, Madam Christina Kodonu Achempim, has assured that the Regional Health Directorate is ready to handle any outbreak, with all facilities on standby.
National, but what I know is yesterday there was a meeting that some regions are having H1N1, specifically Central Region and I think Eastern Region. But for us in Greater Accra, we do not have any outbreak in any of the schools. What we have is about 42 confirmed cases. Looking at the past 2 weeks from our sentinel sites, we have sentinel sites, if I should put it that way, that every week we pick samples of suspected influenza cases to Noguchi for investigation. So out of that, Ayawasu East and Okankwe North reported some confirmed cases, but not specifically H1N1. All our facilities are ready. Even just this Monday, we distributed the sample containers so that in case they suspect, they can be able to take the samples to Noguchi for investigation. And apart from that, we are also doing education, because looking at the weather, this is the prime time that we always have a lot of the cases.
And now, away from that, President John Mahama and First Lady Lordina Mahama have arrived in Beijing, China, to participate in a global leaders meeting on women slated for today, Monday 13, and Tuesday 14th October. The event will bring together other world leaders to renew the spirit of the Beijing Declaration and accelerate its implementation. This year marks the 80th anniversary of the founding of the United Nations and the 30th anniversary of the Fourth World World Conference on Women. The event is organized by the UN and held in Beijing. While in Beijing, President Mahama and his delegation will also focus on strengthening Sino-Ghanaian ties and investment. President Mahama will hold discussions with his Chinese counterpart, President Xi Jinping, and with the Premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Li Guang. He will also meet with Chinese business leaders and host a presidential investment forum. And now, the Vice President, Professor Annan, has reaffirmed the government's resolve to ending illegal mining. The Vice President says that new measures are being put in place to ban mining in forest reserves and in river bodies. Professor Annan said this when she met with the Ghanaian business community in Belgium.
We are working towards banning mining in water bodies. We've been mining gold forever. How come all of a sudden all our waters were polluted? The water sources are normally in our reserve portions. And that's the reason why those areas are reserved forests. Now, when you give that to some who can even will it to his family, you all know what I'm talking about. So it becomes a family property. A bill is being prepared to reverse what we saw and to ensure that the people are moved out of these areas.
The Vice President, Professor Annan there. Now, still on mining issues, and the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibua, says a new airline has been prepared and will replace the previous one. In an interview with Hot Issues host Kemini Amano, he stated that the new airline, which is expected to be approved by Parliament when sitting resumes, will bolster the fight against illegal mining.
I'm very happy to tell you that within 9 months, we are 90% complete in terms of basically changing completely our laws, the mining law at 703. We've traveled, learned the breadth of the country, engaged the stakeholders, and fundamental changes that allow us first to empower our chiefs and to hold them responsible. By law is going to be in place in the new proposals that we have. We are also going to try to make sure we change the system. It's not only large-scale companies who should be held responsible when they fail to do reclamation. Small-scale mining companies must also be held responsible by making sure they put up a bond.
Now to the camp of former Vice President and 2024 presidential candidate of the NPP, Dr. Bawumia. He has pledged his unwavering commitment to supporting the advancement of projects for the marginalized in the society. He said this when he joined former parish priest of the Christ the King Catholic Church, Reverend Father Andrew Nilante Campbell, together with former Chief Justices Georgina Theodore Wood and Sefai Kufu and other statesmen, to mark the official launch of the 80th birthday celebrations of the Irish Ghanaian missionary. Away from that, the 62nd call to the bar witnessed the highest number of persons with disabilities joining the legal fraternity since its inception. For George and Benjamin, both visually impaired applicants, the crowning moment for their struggles was having finally earned their certificates. And here is their story.
George Amoa was not born blind, but at the age of 18 years, his life would take a drastic turn. He, however, did not let that affect his dream of pursuing law.
When I lost my sight, I realized that actually things will not be easy for me, looking at the fact that in Africa, disability has always become a challenge. So I decided that, okay, why then won't I allow my disability one way or the other to motivate me and achieve something one way or the other, so that at least, if not for anything, I'll make my family proud, especially my mom.
The journey of a law student at the Ghana School of Law comes with its own challenges, and as a student with a disability, that burden was even heavier.
During my 2 years at Ghana School of Law, one of my biggest challenge was accommodation, and it nearly affected my my performance, because it got to a point I was really struggling to get a place to lay my head. Yeah, but academically, I think the challenge was that, you see, getting books is not easy.
For the full story, you can log onto our website, 3news.com. Now, before we go this morning and make way for business news, the Black Stars of Ghana have secured qualification to the 2026 FIFA World Cup to be hosted in Canada, Mexico, and the United States after a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Comoros at the Accra Sports Stadium on Sunday, October 12. Tottenham Hotspur playmaker Mohamed Kudus netted early in the second half to hand Ghana the crucial win, ending Comoros' recent dominance after 2 consecutive defeats to the island nation. That's it for the morning news on 3FM 92.7. There's more news on our website, 3news.com. My name is Noble Crosby Annan. I'll be back shortly with business news. Hello again, welcome to the business segment on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. I'm Noble Crosby Annan. Coming up, international ratings agency Moody's upgrades Ghana's credit rating on improved debt outlook and fiscal stability. Will bring you the details. Also, Ghana Revenue Authority intercepts diesel diversion syndicate evading 2.3 million cedis in customs taxes. We'll hear from Commissioner General Anthony Kwesi Sapong later in the bulletin. And government exceeds target in latest Treasury bill auction, signaling strong investor confidence. And we'll bring you those details as well. Stay with us for the details of these stories and more. Let's get into the details of the stories. An international ratings agency, Moody's, has upgraded Ghana's long-term foreign currency credit ratings with a stable outlook, citing stronger prospects for debt reduction, macroeconomic stability, and fiscal discipline under the IMF program supported by reforms. And there's more in the following 3 Business News Desk report.
International ratings agency Moody's has upgraded Ghana's long-term foreign currency credit rating from CAA2 to CAA1 with a stable outlook. The agency says the decision reflects improved debt sustainability, stronger foreign reserve buffers, and sustained fiscal consolidation under the ongoing IMF Extended Credit Facility Program. Moody's noted that Ghana's prudent budget management, successful debt restructuring progress, and stable macroeconomic environment are helping restore investor confidence and support economic recovery. Ghana's inflation has dropped to single digits for the first time in 4 years, while public debt has declined to 44.9% of GDP by July 2025 from nearly 65% a year earlier. Boosted by strong gold prices, foreign reserves have surged by 43% to $10.7 billion, helping strengthen the cedi and lower borrowing costs. The upgrade follows the IMF's staff-level agreement with Ghana on the 5th review of its $3 billion program, which will unlock a $385 million disbursement pending board approval. Analysts say the latest rating marks a major milestone in Ghana's economic recovery journey after years of fiscal strain and currency volatility.
And now the Ghana Revenue Authority, in collaboration with National Security, has uncovered a major diesel diversion syndicate attempting to evade customs taxes estimated at about 2.3 million cedis. The interception involving 10 fuel trucks forms part of ongoing efforts to clamp down on petroleum product smuggling that drains public revenue. My colleague Bismarck Kausa has the details in this report.
The operation by the Customs Preventive Unit of the Ghana Revenue Authority and National Security led to the interception of 10 trucks loaded with automotive gas oil, commonly known as diesel, totaling about 540,000 litres. Intelligence gathered revealed that the trucks, purportedly meant for export, had their tracking devices disengaged shortly after loading. The drivers then diverted the fuel under the cover of darkness, an act aimed at evading taxes. Anthony Kwesi-Sapon is Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority.
Acting swiftly on intelligence, the Customs Preventive Unit, again working with the National Security Operatives, intercepted the tankers or the trucks, the 10 of them at Pong. Consequently, in accordance with Section 115, Section 1, 118, Section 1, and 124, Section 1 of the Customs Act 2025, Act 891, the trucks have since been impounded and investigations are ongoing.
According to the Commissioner General, this illegal operation alone could have cost the state about 2.3 million cedis in taxes and levies. He says a forensic audit has since been launched into the activities of the oil marketing companies involved.
The GRA has also, in this respect, commissioned or it's about to commission further investigation into the operations of some of the OMCs that have been identified and individuals that have been found culpable of tax evasion in this manner.
The GRA says it is stepping up surveillance, enforcement and intelligence sharing with the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, and other agencies to ensure full compliance with tax and export regulations.
Now, the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana has lauded the Bank of Ghana for its decision to inject $1.15 billion into the foreign exchange market under the domestic gold purchase program. The association believes the intervention will strengthen Ghana's foreign reserves, stabilize the cedi, and ease access to forex for businesses engaged in international trade. Executive Secretary of the Association, Samson Asake-Awingobet, says the move is timely and will bring relief to importers and exporters who have long struggled with exchange rate volatility and high clearing costs at the ports.
The cedi to the dollar was almost 13 cedis to the dollar. As we speak, they brought it to 10.2 for a very long time for business community, and they brought it, as we speak, it's 12.00 as of yesterday. And the Bank of Ghana has promised to inject $1.15 billion into the Ghanaian economy, to support the commercial banks, and we are so excited. This will bring sustainability. Above all, the governor of Bank of Ghana even met with commercial banks managing directors and then told them that there's a need for commercial banks to develop SMEs loans for facilities for SMEs. They should also develop facilities for export economic driven, and that's the only way, the shortest way to sustain. We also advise for agri sector as well, including to develop policies of finance based to support the agri businesses, and also the governor also advised commercial banks and then business community to take opportunity of the insurance, especially import-led insurance. So when you are importing to Ghana, we should take the insurance here, and that could also boost our economy. That could also bring sustainability.
Something Asake-Awingobet speaking there. And now let's take a look at how the cedi is faring against major trading currencies and how some key commodities are also faring on the global market.
On the interbank foreign exchange market, the dollar is selling at 12 cedis 17 pesos. It lost 14 pesos. The British pound is selling at 16 cedis 26 pesos. It lost 10 pesos. The euro is selling at 14 cedis 15 pesos. It also lost 25 pesos. However, be guided that these figures could be higher at a forex bureau near you. On the global commodities market, Brent crude is trading at $62.73 per barrel. Gold is trading at $4,018 per ounce, up by $41. Cocoa is trading at $5,848 per ton, down by $67.
That was a trip on the markets, ending the business news on 3FM 92.7. There's more news on our website, 3news.com. I am Noble Crosby Annan. Sunrise continues from here. Good morning.